As the country heads into a federal election, parties will fight for seats in Alberta's capital, in a province that predominantly votes Conservative. But before we take a look at the current political landscape, let's take a look back at what happened 4 years ago. In the Edmonton area ridings, including St. Albert, Sherwood Park, and Fort Saskatchewan, all but 3 voted in Conservative MPs, with the exception of Liberal Randy Boissonnault and NDP MPs Blake Desjardins and Heather McPherson. But some parties still see opportunities for change, while others will look to take more ridings.
Each one of these is a house that's excited to host one of my sides.
Tricia Estabrooks and her team have been campaigning for about a year and a half. She's running in Edmonton Centre, a riding where Boissonnault is the incumbent, but it's a seat previously held by the Conservatives.
I think that there's a real opportunity because the NDP are talking about solutions right now. When we think about the threat from the United States and those tariffs, the NDP are talking about how we need to strengthen our energy grid, for example, from east to west. You know, that's one area that the NDP are quite strong on right now. We need to talk about reducing interprovincial trade barriers.
But this consultant says that might be tough. Despite the Liberals having a new leader in Mark Carney and the U.S. trade war, he says in the Edmonton area it might be a matter of the Liberals and NDP attempting to hold on to their seats instead of gaining new ones.
So here in Alberta, this is Conservative country. I don't see a lot of hope for Liberals to break through and get a lot of seats gained here. This is one of those things where, we see a lot of even polling numbers now when it comes to across the country, but I don't know if there's going to see that shift here in Alberta. This is pure Poilievre country. This is Conservative country.
James Cumming has a similar outlook. He held the Edmonton Centre seat for 1 term. Cumming admits the polls have tightened between Liberals and Conservatives, but he expects Albertans to vote for a change in government.
The electorate, in my opinion, in Edmonton, they're concerned about what the future looks like. And they really are for themselves and for their kids and their kids' kids. Same thing that I'm concerned about. So I think those will be the watch things about who actually is going to lead and make sure that there's substantive change that gets the economy going and creates better opportunities.
Some Alberta pollsters say that if the last month is any indication, things can change by the day with U.S. and Canada relations, and that voting decisions may be in flux as well. Travis McEwan, CBC News, Edmonton.